Hello, I just got dropped off at Swatara Gap. I believe I was here about 4 years ago, I think, maybe in the fall. We're finally pushing north, and I'm gonna get about 37-ish miles in. It's not huge, but I'm chipping away at it, one step at a time. Going under Interstate 81 and up that little hill right there. So I think I finally made it to Rocksylvania. This is the trail. So if it continues like this, you're not gonna be getting a lot of walking shots because I'm gonna need 4-wheel drive. Hello, turtle. I don't mean to bother you. Look out. Lots of ferns. There's been one really rocky section. It hasn't been too bad. I'm going 2 miles less than I had planned. I miscalculated my end point, so I only have to go 7.5 miles today instead of 9.5. So I'm gonna take my time on these last 2.5 miles. Hello. It's about 1:30 on this hike. I'm less than a mile from the shelter. I'm trying to do a better job on this trip of making myself stop every 2 hours or less and eat food. These nuts here. Not just for the calories, but for the electrolytes. You just got to keep fueling your body and putting salts in your body, especially when you're sweating. Thankfully, it's not super hot out here today. Thank gosh. It's important to stop and eat. Oh yeah. So far on this hike today, I think I've been passed by at least 4 through hikers and 2 slack packers. Plenty of people out here. So I found it takes me about 2 hours to get into what I call a flow state when I'm hiking. The first 2 hours are usually like, oh man, I'm not getting anywhere. Time's passing so slowly. And then at some point, you just shift. And it's like, oh, another hour went by, another hour went by. And you don't even really notice the time passing. Probably just scared him as much as he scared me. We were coming at the same spot. I will move on so you can carry on your day. Ooh. We haven't had a tent site this nice in a while. Look at that. But first we have to go check and make sure that there's water. Just a short walk past the tent sites and we'll see what we have here. Perfect. That's crazy. Look at that. Scarlet tanager. Beautiful. So there were sites down closer to the water, but it's fine. It's only a little 3-minute walk down and it's not very far down compared to many water sources. And this one's got this awesome seating area. You know what? This is really nice. It's 2:30. I got a nice flat pitch with no rocks and roots and leaves. I got a fire ring and I got tons of time. So we're gonna get some laundry done and a spa treatment, I think. I could use a mani-pedi. So I got a really nice campsite going here. I did laundry, I took a shower, I've done all of my chores, started gathering some sticks. I didn't bring a fire starter, but I think maybe I might try to do just a little tiny fire. All right, so my first plan didn't work with the lighter. I guess I got too used to having a fire starter, so I'm gonna try the stove. I got a baby fire. I had to use my stove, but I think it might work. I think I got it, folks. Cute little fire. Yeah, we got kind of a 2-tiered system here. Got the big ones cooking on the outside, the small ones burning on the inside. You know, I really hope I hit the sweet spot in terms of enjoying backpacking. I'm sitting here, I'm not stressed about tomorrow. I'm not worried about getting out of here sooner than I planned. I've got 3 10-ish or less mile days for the next 3 days, which I think is doable on this terrain. So I'm just gonna enjoy my time out here and hike 10 miles a day and get there when I get there. So, all right, it's time for the grand finale. Dun 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 dun. Well, that's all the wood I gathered and then some, so just let that burn down and then get to bed. Hello and welcome to Blanket Chat. It is 8:40. I'm about to go to bed. Just wanted to say that I'm grateful for this campsite that is flat and beautiful. It's quiet and peaceful, and there's no bugs. I'm grateful for the weather. And it was much cooler today than I thought it was going to be. Tomorrow looks like another awesome day. Wednesday might get a little stormy, but we will figure it out. So, nighty-night, everyone. Anyways, this is where we camped and we're all packed up. It's 6 o'clock in the morning and we've got 9.6 miles to go today, so it was in the 50s overnight. Perfect sleeping weather. I woke up and I just didn't want to get out of my sleeping bag. Here's another one. Looks kind of new. Figure out how to get around this safely. Pleasant walk so far this morning. Nice and flat, except for my face leaking and the spider webs. Quite a lovely, peaceful walk so far. All right, we've reached some rocks. The first 3 miles was pretty cruisy. Now the plan is go slow, keep an eye on those blazes over there. On a little side trail to get some water. Let's see what we have here. Oh, wow. Somebody dragged that porta potty up here. There it is. Right by the road. Beautiful. Hi there, just filtering water. It is still in the 50s here. I mean, it's almost 60, but still in the 50s at 9 o'clock, so it's a nice, cool day. Still deciding what I'm going to do. Camp's like 5 miles, maybe less. I'm going to get there early, but I might just stay, chill, take a nap. There's no reason for me to push, so we'll see when I get there and decide. Ooh, found a few more rocks here. That's fun. Found some mountain laurel. So pretty. Hi. So we had about maybe half a mile of that kind of rocky, gnarly stuff. But now I'm walking in the mountain laurel. Yum. It's Spam. Is it ham? Not really. Hi. So this is where I was planning on camping originally. It's 7 miles in, but it is not even 11:30 yet. So I'm gonna go 2 more, which would put me at 9.5. I could keep going because it'll only be 1 o'clock when I stop, but you know, I'm sticking to my guns and I'm not gonna press forward. Even though I feel good and I can, that doesn't mean I have to. We're gonna relax, maybe take a nap, it'll be fine. So since I've stopped early, I get to scope all the campsites. This is cool. There's a dam here, and a little swimming hole. Kind of a big campsite, but there's really only one good flat spot. I don't know. It seems like a lot. A little too much space for me. Also, I don't see any good trees for hanging laundry. So I think I'm gonna stay up at the top, but I think this suits me better. Just a 1-bedroom with a fireplace. A couple trees for hanging my laundry up. This will do just fine. All right, here's our little campsite for the night. I got a bath and I gathered water. We got laundry drying. So next on the agenda is filter water and sort out my food to make sure we got everything we need for the next 2 days. Here is our water source for this evening. It's about 30 or 40 yards back up the trail from where my tent is, and we're gonna fill up here. Here's dinner. This one's pretty good. It's about 7:30 now. I left camp about 6:45, and we got about 9 miles to go again today. You know, I keep beating myself up for being sore and tired here on day 3. I keep forgetting that I'm also an almost 44-year-old lady. I'm not 27 through hiking this trail from Georgia. And maybe 3 or 4 years ago, it would have been a little bit easier, but a lot's happened in 3 to 4 years. And we're out here trying to get it back. The best way to do that is by walking. Not to mention the fact that when I finish this tomorrow, I will have backpacked 97 miles in the last month. And I think for a nearly 44-year-old lady, that's pretty good. So I just need to remember to be proud of myself because I am showing up and I am doing the things I said I was going to do to the best of my ability. And if I keep doing those things, it will get a little bit easier. All right, now we're following this blue blaze here so we can get some more water. Here's my cold soaked oatmeal. I doctored up a regular packet of oatmeal with another half a serving of plain oatmeal, a tablespoon of protein powder, and some dried blueberries. So, cutie pie. You okay? That was just like a 4-lane highway you just gotta run across. Super fun. All right, so here I'm making a decision. I can take this dirt road basically to the next shelter, and that will cut out a portion of the rocks. But there's no reason for me to beat up my body any further, especially when I've got another trip in a week and a half. Some considerations I made when deciding to take this alternate. Number 1, they're calling for thunderstorms this afternoon, so this will expedite my journey to the shelter. Another consideration is the sun. If it was really sunny and hot, this would not be a pleasant alternate because, as you can see, it's exposed and walking on road just makes it hotter. A downside is it's straight. You can see probably a mile. So that makes it pretty boring. So what I'm gonna do is put in some tunes and probably dance it out. Uh-oh, there's a mower back there or something. I think they just saw me dancing. I'm embarrassed. Oh well. Uh-oh, he's coming back. Oh, it's a grader. He's pushing the rocks around. Oh, nice. Another bonus, he probably scared any snakes away that might be sitting on the road. So, double bonus. Snapping turtle in there. Hello, I see you. Ah, shit. There's some hikers on the trail up there. I've been caught. And about an hour and a half later, we're back on the trail. It's probably 3 miles or so, but I don't regret it still. This is Eagle's Nest Shelter. There are a bunch of campsites around, but there was another one on the trail here. It's about a 0.3 walk in here, and the water is on the way. So I think I'm gonna backtrack and camp along the trail. Here's the water source for this shelter. See how somebody fashioned a leaf so that it is pourable. So the sites up by the shelter were probably a little nicer, but I'll probably have this to myself. I'm gonna take time and dust off that area over there so I'm not getting leaves in my tent. I learned that lesson. I think that's the spot right there. But it's only noon, so I got plenty of time for housekeeping. Need a broom. Did anyone pack a broom or a rake or something? That would make this easier. Well, that worked out all right. There's a root there, and there's a rock embedded in the ground there, but I think my sleeping area will fit right in between there. So, there we go. Perfect. Home sweet home. Now for a bath and relaxing. So here we have drinking water, electrolyte water, yet to be filtered water, and bath water. Well, I just walked by my campsite by a lot, walking back from the water. Granted, it's not right on the trail. It's, that's a little trail that goes to the trail. So you can't really see it from the trail. But I was just thinking about things and just walked past and right past it. Hey, buddy. There are a bunch of these pretty flowers all around my camp. Seek says it's fly poison and it's highly toxic, but only if you eat it. So I'm not gonna eat it. 3 days of trash. Not bad. Oh yeah, that was dinner tonight. I was so hungry I forgot to show you. It was good. Jeesh, I was about to go to bed. Now the sun is assaulting me through my tent. Yummy. Oreos for breakfast. The little baby millipedes. Oh look, they're practicing their circus tricks. Adorable. Oh, here comes another one. Coming. Look at that. Crawled right out to the middle. I think there's a bunch of them. Baby millipede party. Good morning. It's 5:30. We're back to the express road. This is gonna be longer, probably twice as long as yesterday. But I wanted to get out here before the sun came up. Aw, found another turtle. I almost beat the sun. Had to walk the last 20 minutes in the sun. But we're back in the woods. About 3 miles to go. And this is what we're dealing with. All those rocks, that's the trail. So I skipped 6.5 miles of this, and I just have about 2.2 to go to the bottom into Port Clinton, and it's nice to be in the woods with the breeze and the shade. Oh look, it's another turtle. Fox turtles are so cute. Okay, well, that part back there was an anomaly. The last mile has been pretty tame. I was expecting hell for the last 2 miles, and it's been okay. So maybe I didn't need to take that, but I still don't regret it. This is what we've come down so far. If this is the down, it's not bad at all. I was expecting jaggy rocks and slippy conditions. That's what you get for reading comments. Don't read comments. All right, I was expecting rocks, but this is worse because it's just steep, loose stone and gravel, which I just hate. Almost there though. I can hear the train at the train station.